Hello, my name is Drew, and I'm Chief Technology Officer here at CitizenDeveloper. Today, I want to give you a quick walkthrough of the Assistant AI capabilities for managing tables, fields, and relationships in CitizenDeveloper applications that we've been adding to the platform. So here I'm on a company interface where I've got a list of companies. I can click on Add Company, and it will bring up a dialog that will let me enter a new company. I can click on an existing company and it will give me the edit screen to make changes to my existing company. And then of course I've got my list of them here. So what I want to do this morning is I want to add the contacts table to my database to represent employees of the companies. So we're going to make a contacts table. We're going to add some contact information to it. And then we're going to relate those contact records back to the company table to show their employers. I'm going to show you the interfaces that are created and how you go about doing that through the assistant interfaces. So first I'm going to go here to my dashboard, to the data panel. I've got tables. So I'm going to click the add plus to create a new table. And I'm going to go ahead and prompt the assistant to give me a table that has people in it that are like contacts. And here it's made 5 suggestions. The top one is the one that I want, including a description that perfectly describes the contacts. So I'm going to click on that table name, and it brings me to the add screen with all the details filled in. And I'm happy with all of them except for the fields. I want to add some more fields. So I've got just one field here, contact name. And what I want to do is get a phone number and email address fields entered in. So I'm just going to type that and click suggest and see what it comes up with here. So I've got email address and phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and hit create selected, which will create those fields and add them into contact name alongside contact name. And you can see it's chosen types, phone number and email, which are good types to me. So I'm going to go ahead and create this table. Now our create sequence is going to create a full set of interfaces for searching, editing, and adding records in the new table, along with the fields that have been added to that table. So when it's done here, it's going to take me to the search context page and show me the interface that it made. So here we are. So I've got the same basic management capabilities. Got my list of my new table with one sample record in the database. I can add new ones, and it's attached my fields to that screen. And I've got the columns here in the list. So happy with contacts so far, but now I want to go ahead and add a few more fields. So I'm going to go to contacts and go to fields. And you'll see here, here's my 3 fields I created, and then a few management fields that are necessary for those interfaces. And now I can suggest some things like department. And there I've got a department selector. And then there's also a contact type here, which is a selection field, like a drop down of contact types. And it's chosen to give me options, customer, vendor, and partner, which I wasn't sure I wanted that, but turns out I do. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that in there and hit create selected, which is going to create the new fields, add the columns to my database and all that, and it will add them to my interfaces. So now when in my list here, I've got department and contact type. I want to add a new one. I can also type in a department and choose from my list of contact types. So lastly, I want to create a relationship between contacts and companies to show the employer-employee relationship. So I'm going to go to the relationships setting here on my contact table, and I'm going to open the create more and prompt it to relate to the company as employer where I am the employee. Hit suggest, and then our engine is going to take a look at the existing tables and see what it thinks it can do here. So I have each contact has many employer companies, which have many employees, which seems good to me. So I know people can work for multiple places, and places can have multiple people working for them. So go ahead and check that one, hit create selected. And it's gone ahead and added all my interfaces. You can see it working over here a little bit. So When I go now to my list of contacts, I've got my employer field. When I add a new one, I can choose from employers. So I'll go ahead and create a new contact with a few employers there, and I'm going to be yes, I'm a customer. Really should add employee there, which wouldn't be hard to do. So there we go. So now I've got my employer set up here, and then if I go over to companies again, and I go to the company search page, this is the company's employees. So I work for both Google and CitizenDeveloper. And then if I open up a company here, I've got a list of employees with some of the data fields that we created. So I need to make some small adjustments here to like make this bigger and adjust the columns. But not only can I see a field that will allow me to manage who the employees are, but I also have a whole table of them, so I can get additional information about the employees and show some of the data that was created for the employee records. So our goal here is to be able to create at least a baseline set of functionality for the tables that you would want to create in an application and get you most of the way there. And then the citizen developer can go through the interfaces and make small changes that they need, make small improvements over time, with the help of AI to allow them to create additional fields quickly, other relationships that they need, and extra tables that they need. So this is just a start. From here, we're going to work on using AI to adjust page layouts, things like making this list wider automatically, and moving these fields up, that sort of thing. And also then we need to turn to logic, so you can ask the AI to help you send an email when a employee's status changes, to inform them that it has, when their job title changes, things like that, easily without having to know how to work on the logic system yourself. So that's where we're going from here. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, and happy building.